So Baker played Sunday against Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's better. Baker lost, but Baker was fine. Baker was not the problem. A little bit, but not the problem entirely. So Emily has come out and she's upset. She says, for all you fans blaming Sunday's loss on Baker, wake up. Hell of a game, could have gone either way. You truly don't know what you have, says Emily. I have watched him give his all and change the entire culture in Cleveland. Slow down. A lot of people get credit for that, not just Baker. Yet he gets so little credit for it. He never asked for recognition. Excuse me? How many national commercials does he have? Tom Brady won Super Bowls in New England and refused, I know his agent Don Yee, refused to do commercials for years. When he finally did, he did a Visa commercial, and he would only do it if his entire offensive line would do it with him. Spare me on the he never asked for recognition and he gets no credit. Baker Mayfield, through 50 starts, has won 26. He's a 500 quarterback. Nobody in the history of the league, since I've been covering it, has had more national commercials and is a 500 quarterback in a small market. Aaron Rodgers, I get. Mahomes, I get. Brady, I get. Breeze, Manning, Russell, Wilson. Baker's a 500 quarterback. He's got one playoff win. Come on. He gets lots of credit. What is happening with this situation, though, is that Baker's safe zone is deteriorating. What do you mean, Colin? Where he doesn't get criticism is Ohio. Oh, that has changed. Talk radio, the pom-pom waving Cleveland media is finally doing their job. Yeah, the safe zone where he didn't get criticized, where mean people like me got a lot of hate. The Cleveland media is like, dude, Stefanski's great. He just won Coach of the Year. Offensive line's number one rated in the league. Defense is playing better. We have the best running back tandem in the league by far. We're 3-2. We've lost to the two really good teams. We've had 10-point-plus leads in both those losses, and we blew it. Yeah, people are finally going, But the Cleveland media has been wrong on Baker from the beginning. They waved pom-poms early when he deserved more criticism, and now they're criticizing him when he actually isn't the problem today. Baker's fine. Baker is not the problem for Cleveland today. The problem for Cleveland is tomorrow and beyond. Do they pay him? Because in the AFC alone, I'm not talking about all quarterbacks. I'm not going to bring up Derek Carr. I'm not going to bring up potentially Deshaun Watson. I'm just talking about, and I'm not going to bring up all quarterbacks like over in the NFC. Brady, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going to bring those guys up either. I'm just saying among his AFC age-similar peers, he's not close to Justin Herbert in talent. He's not close to Lamar Jackson in talent. He's not close to Patrick Mahomes in talent. He's not close to Josh Allen. That's 4. In my opinion, he's not as good as Joe Burrow, though I can't prove it yet with a record. And he's not close to Trevor Lawrence, but he hasn't won a game yet. I can't prove that. But if those two bear out, and my sources who I trust in scouting in the league, both like Burrow and Lawrence more than Baker, he's the 7th best AFC quarterback, not overall, not in the league, not in the entire AFC. He's 7th best among his age-similar peers. Baker today isn't the issue. You're stuck with him, and you're not paying him anything. So that's fine. You can have a great roster. The question will be when you watch him at Kansas City and he has to throw, and his 2 last drives are 3 and out and a pick. And you watch him in his last 2 drives in Los Angeles against the peer, he looks like he checked down on a 3rd and 10 to run, and then his final drive was egregiously bad. Daniel Jeremiah has been a scout for 3 teams, one of the sharpest guys in the league, was doing the game for the Chargers, and talks about what he saw and what would worry him.
You know, Baker's not at the level as those other top quarterbacks. He's not. And when you get in the playoffs, you're going to have to see Mahomes and potentially Herbert and Josh Allen. He's not in that group. When you go watch the 2-minute drill at the end, with that type of time, and you take the elite quarterbacks, the special quarterbacks, they're going to get right down the field. And it was check down, and then a couple Hail Marys. They had time to do work in the middle of the field, and he wouldn't take shots. That was, to me, the biggest takeaway. And I think Coach Stefanski or someone after the game said, well, we had 2 backup tackles, and the Chargers hit him one time. Derwin James hit him one time in that game. Those backup tackles played really well.
I said this going in to October and November. The next 8 weeks, he's got Burrow and Kyler and Herbert and Lamar twice and Mac Jones. And the GM who inherited him, didn't draft him, is going to have to make a decision. The Cleveland media is again wrong on Mayfield. Too hyperbolic early and now too critical. You're stuck with Baker and you're not paying him. He's fine now. For what you're paying him, he's fine now. Really. You're not paying him anything. The issue, Jared Goff was fine when you weren't paying him and you could stack the roster. The issue will be going forward when you have to pay him. 7th best in my opinion. And I'm not counting next year's draft. What if somebody else comes out as great? 7th best AFC alone among his age-similar peers. That's your issue. And I don't think if you watch the way Cleveland coaches, the coaches in Cleveland don't necessarily trust him. But let's stop on the he doesn't get recognition or credit. Every other commercial is Baker Mayfield. He's a 500 quarterback. He gets plenty of recognition. Heard brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. So it is interesting. I want to talk about Dak Prescott here for a second. So there's a story today, and it is pretty interesting, that Ezekiel Elliott's playing really, really good football. Like really, really good football. And he's averaging 5.3 yards a carry, and he is now 3rd in the NFL in rushing. And don't confuse the truth with hate. In fact, don't even confuse data and the truth for criticism. Here's something that you cannot argue, is that the Dallas Cowboys are better when they don't use Dak much. How do I know that? The more and the better Zeke plays, the more the Cowboys win. That is not anti-Dak. That is not saying he's overrated. That is not saying he's overpaid. Here is the data this morning on Dak Prescott. He is 4-11 when he throws over 40 times. He's 4-4 when he has over 400 yards. And yet he is 34-7. That's like Brady, Aaron Rodgers category, when he makes fewer than 32 throws. That is not hate. That is not criticism. There is a commonality with Dak Prescott. Here it is. This year, he is tied for 19th in pass attempts. His rookie year, Dak was 23rd in pass attempts. And do you know, in the 2 years of his career, when he's had the fewest pass attempts, do you know what his record is? 17-4. This is not hate, and it's not criticism. What we're seeing with Dak, his intangibles, leadership, smarts, moxie, toughness, have always been better than his tangibles, arm, athletic ability. And it's all playing out. The numbers are conclusive. They are inarguable. They're not anti-Dak. They're not even criticism of Dak. This organization is 17-4. That's a Super Bowl winning record, right? 17-4 when Dak is like 20th or in the ballpark of 20th most attempts in the league. He's got to be somewhat managed. Every quarterback does. Even Mahomes shouldn't throw 50 times. You don't want Mahomes back being a target 50 times. But it is interesting when you look at the Cowboys' success, and I'll listen to a talk show, it is all, Dak. No. Less Dak, more Zeke, fewer pass attempts. Cowboys are hard to beat. 17-4. 17-4. That's a team good enough to win the Super Bowl. When you have Dak throw 28 times, 29 times. Not even 35. That's too many. Don't view it as hate and don't view it as criticism. It's just the reality of Dak. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.
Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.